Hello and welcome to week 35 of the Stitch on Sunday blanket. With only 5 to go, it is crazy. This week we have Old Danube Lace, which is a stitch pattern I used a while ago in a baby bonnet I have called the Ophelia bonnet. And it's a really pretty, I've got a hair stuck there, sorry. It's a really pretty like interweaving lace. You kind of finish one to start the next sort of thing. And it's, can you see the eyelets in that? Yeah. So it's a lovely little lace work that is, it's worked on both sides, little bit intricate. We've had a couple of easy ones recently, and yeah, this one isn't as easy as the ones you've just previously done. So you'll be fine. You've everything in it you have done before. So, well, as long as you've worked all the blanket to this point. There's nothing new. There won't be anything new from now on, I don't think. So I think we've done everything that you can possibly do, pretty much. So we're going to get straight on. This is a funny one. It's patterns on both sides, like I said, so just, yeah, take a lot of notice of what you're doing. So we're going to cast on 49 stitches. This is a multiple of 8 stitches plus 1. So yeah, divide by 8 if you need, not divide by 8, remove 8 or add 8 in sections if you need to for your size. So let's go. Row 1, we're going to straight in with row 1, no edge. So we purl 2, knit 2 together, yarn over, purl 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. Purl 1. That's your pattern. So we purl 2, that's your repeat I should say, knit 2 together, yarn over, purl 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. Oops. Purl 1. So we're going to do that to the last stitch. Last stitch is a purl 1. Row 2, we knit 1 for the edge, and then we're going to knit 1, purl 2 twice, and then we knit 2. That's the repeat. So we knit 1, purl 2 twice, and then we knit 2, and we're going to do that to the end. I'm going to speed this up because this is just knits and purls. Row 3, straight in again, no edge, we purl 1, oops, and then we knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and that's the end of the repeat. So purl 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. That's the end. I keep saying that as if there's something else coming, but there's not. That's the end of the repeat, so you do that until the last stitch. And our last stitch is purl 1 and row 4. Row 4 is quite a simple one, so we're going to knit one edge, and then our repeat is purl 7, knit 1. That's the repeat. So purl 7, knit 1. We do that to the end. I'm going to speed this up. Row 5 is the opposite of row 4. So we're going to purl 1 for the edge stitch, and then we knit 7, purl 1. So we purl 1, that's the edge, then we're going to knit 7, purl 1, and we do that to the end, so I'm just going to speed this up. Row 6 is exactly the same as row 4, so we knit 1, purl 7, knit 1, so I'm just going to speed this one up. Row 7, back to patterning. So we are going straight in, no edge stitch. So we're going to purl 1, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, purl 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, knit 1. That's your repeat. So we purl 1, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, purl 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, knit 1, and we do that to the last stitch. And the last stitch is a purl 1 and row 8, so we're going to knit 1 edge stitch for row 8, and then our repeat is purl 2, knit 3, purl 2, knit 1. So that's the repeat. So we purl 2, knit 3, purl 2, knit 1. We do that to the end. 9. We have no edge stitch, so we're going to purl 1, yarn over to slip slip knit, purl 3, knit 2 together, yarn over. That's the repeat. Now the yarn over is going into a purl, so I'm leaving it in the back. I'm going to go straight into the next repeat. So we purl 1, bringing that yarn over, slip yarn over to slip slip knit, purl 3, knit 2 together and yarn over. So we're going to do that to the last stitch. Stitch, remembering your yarn over, is a purl 1. Row 10. We're now going to purl 1 edge, and then we've got purl 2, knit 3, purl 3. That's the repeat. So we purl 2, knit 3, purl 3, and we're going to do that to the end. Row 11, no edge stitch, and we're going straight in with knit 2, yarn over, slip slip knit, purl 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1. That's your repeat. So we knit 2, yarn over, slip slip knit, purl 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, and we do that to the last stitch. Stitch is a knit 1. Row 12. That's my next door neighbour, if you can hear that. I'm not sure if you can or not. She's singing. Row 12, purl 4, knit 1, purl 3. That's the repeat. So we purl 4, knit 1, purl 3, and we do that to the last stitch. And the last stitch is purl 1. Row 13. So it's kind of the opposite of row 12 for row 13. I've got a bit of a loop there, hang on. So we're going to knit 4, purl 1, knit 3 for row 13. So we knit 4, purl 1, knit 3, knit 4, purl 1, knit 3, and we do that to the last stitch. And the last stitch is a knit one. Row 14 is the same as row 12, exactly the same. So we purl 4, knit 1, purl 3. That's the repeat. I'm just going to speed that up because you've seen it before. Our last stitch on that is a purl 1. Row 15, we back to patterning, so we purl 1 straight in with the repeat, no edge stitch, yarn over, slip slip knit, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, and it's to a purl 1, so I'm just leaving it in the back. So the repeat is purl 1, yarn over, slip slip knit, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, and we do that to the last stitch. Last stitch, remembering your yarn over with the yarn in back, is a purl 1. So bring the yarn over the top and purl 1, and then our final row is row 16, and it's knit 1 on the edge, and then we've got knit 1, purl 2 twice. So knit 1, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2, oops, knit 2, and that's the repeat. So we knit 1, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, and we do that to the end. And there we go, old Danube lace. Danube is a river. I have no idea where it is, but it always reminds me of my granddad. I don't know why. Every time I say Danube, I think of my granddad, so kind of sweet. Yeah, that reminds me of my granddad. So this is, like I said earlier, a stitch pattern that's in a baby bonnet that I have, the Ophelia bonnet. And this is 1, 2, 3 repeats at the minute. It's going to need at least a half repeat, and I would really like it to end where it's going up into the point. So I'm going to try and do that if I can. You will know because it'll be written below, and you will see how many repeats to do, etc, etc. But there you go, that is week 35, which means now that that one's done, we now literally have 5 squares left to knit. So close to the end, and then we've got it to stitch it all up, and we'll all be lovely, warm and snuggly with our blankets very soon. See you next week.